It is my honor to welcome each and every one of you to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2016. It is a fantastic achievement for each of us to have made it here today, and I am proud to share this moment with all of you. This is a celebration, but it is a somber one. It is the end of a 12-year chapter of our lives and the beginning of a new one.
I'd like to first start out by welcoming all of you to this celebration for the class of 2016. You know, I made it through all 4 years of high school doing all sorts of procrastinating, but procrastinating a valedictorian speech is absolutely a terrible idea. But seriously, whoever expected me to be the valedictorian? I am the ditziest person and my life is always a mess. Who else leaves their car idling for 5 hours in the school parking lot? If you know my dad, you should probably take a look at his reaction because this is news to him. I'd also like to point out that if you're sitting here in front of me today, that means you did exactly what Mr. Brown told us to do. To graduate, succeed academically, and not to die. So congratulations, class of 2016. We're finally ready to move on to the next chapter of our lives. The most significant aspect of these last 4 years is that we shared it as a whole. It was our class that almost beat the seniors during May Week of our freshman and sophomore years. It was our class that won the Pride trip 2 years in a row. Although to win, we had to witness Gavin Baskin sumo wrestle in a gorilla singlet. It was our class that went crazy in Rowdy 40s, and it was our class that actually managed to beat the 16 on the rock. Well, we're still in the process of it, but it's coming along. Each year, there's a new group of freshmen that begin their journey at Sweet Home High School, and their memories expand and grow. High school isn't just a place where you get an education. It's where you learn responsibility and mature into the person you are developing to be. So even though some parts of these last 4 years felt grueling, it's been such a huge stepping stone in our lives and for the people we are yet to become. Some parts were easy and some parts weren't, but not by any means do we do any of this by ourselves. Even when we weren't realizing it, help was being sent to us in all different directions. A great English mathematician and philosopher named Alfred North Whitehead once said, "No one who achieves success does so without acknowledging the help of others. The wise and the confident accept this help with gratitude." I know that personally, I don't want to leave this place until I have said thanks to all who have helped me get to where I'm at today. I think we all owe a huge debt of gratitude to the following. To the teachers, thank you for putting up with us when we stink up your classrooms with the horrible adolescent body odor. Even at the high school age, it takes a lot of patience and care for you to be able to do what you do. You devote so much time and energy into trying to get us to succeed. You open up your classroom doors after school just to give us the opportunity to do well, when you could just as easily be at home spending it with your own family. What you guys do for us is truly amazing, and I feel blessed to have been gifted with such a great handful of teachers. Anyways, teachers, thank you. To the parents, thank you for putting up with us while we aren't in school. Thank you for giving us absolutely everything we need to get where we are sitting today. Even kids who don't have perfect families, there is someone in their life that has helped them provide them with what they need to succeed. You attended games, you paid for things, you supported us, and you expected great things from us. And Mom, who is probably bawling right now, and Dad, I know it's sad that my time at home is almost over, but I know you believe me in the things that I can do. Also, Dad, I promise I'll be off your insurance before we know it. Thank you, parents. Your hard work in raising us did not go unnoticed. To the principal, vice principal, and office staff, I cannot thank you enough for collecting my car keys the countless times I lost them. The faculty of this school has by far exceeded my expectations. Mrs. Emmer is always there to help no matter what. She is gracious, strong, and has a beautiful heart. Mr. Brown, our principal, is so dedicated to learn just a little bit more about everybody. Just his little conversations are what show that he cares so much about each and every one of us. Mr. Looney is the man that has to crack the whip. But he's such an honest man, and if you took the time to get to know him, you'd see the remarkable man he is. Miss McCaslin is the sassiest of them all, but she does so much for the school that most of us don't even realize. Mr. Brown, our athletic director, is the funniest, most unpredictable man, but there is no match for his school spirit. Last but not least, there's Mrs. Rolfe. This woman would jump in front of a bus to save any of us. She is the most selfless woman I have ever met, and when I get older, I want to attain so many of the traits that she holds. All of you guys are the glue that holds the school together. Lastly, thank you to the custodians for always being there to pick up after us, no matter the size of the mess. Especially when Caitlin Glover lost her toenail and bled all over the office while cussing out everyone in there. Thank you, counselors, for always being someone we can talk to and dealing with the stampede of schedule changes. Thank you, career advisors, Mrs. Adams and Mrs. Ellis, for hounding on us all for years to keep up on Curly's and helping us figure out what our plans are after high school. Not all of us would be sitting here without you guys herding us to the finish line. Looking back on these last 4 years, I wouldn't change a thing. No matter how tedious school can get sometimes, spending it with all of you made it inevitably worth it. But one more thing before I'm done, please excuse me while I take one last group picture of my class. I would like to start off by saying congratulations, State Home High School class of 2016. We did it. It's just for you, Lily. She told me not to say that. Although completely cliche, it's true. We've all made it through these 12 years of our education, these 12 long, hard years. But we couldn't have done it without our parents, teachers, coaches, church leaders, or any other role models we have had over the years, and I can't stress enough how grateful I am to all of them. We are especially thankful for our parents for sacrificing so much of their time and efforts to help us to get to where we are today. The singer and songwriter Bob Marley said, "Beginnings are usually scary and endings are usually sad, but it's everything in between that makes it all worth living." I think this perfectly encapsulates our experience here at Sweet Home High School. We started off at mere freshmen, not quite sure of ourselves. Not quite sure of ourselves yet, terrified of Mrs. Months, and still treated like little kids by the upperclassmen. Sophomore year was honestly kind of a blur, but by junior year we finally started to get the hang of things. And for many of us, it brought experience, and for many more of us, stayed on senioritis. And now we are here, done with high school, finished with cheering on and supporting our sports teams, finished with May Week and dominating 2 years in a row, done with AP tests and mental breakdowns caused by procrastination. But we have made so many memories over these last 4 years of our lives, some good, some not so good, but nonetheless,
These memories and experiences, good and bad, have shaped us into the amazing people that we are today. I will cherish these memories for the rest of my life. These memories are more important to me than almost anything I learned or accomplished, more important than this cap or gown or a piece of paper with their names on it, and they are important. Because after it's all said and done, these memories I will keep with me for the rest of my life. These 12 years have been incredible and some of the best years of our lives, but they should not be the best years of our lives. If SAT testing and graduation requirements are the best years of our lives, we have done something wrong. So, my wish for you all is to go out and make memories so happy and so great that when we all meet again in 10 years, we'll have lots to talk about. I also hope that you will dare to be happy, dare to do what you love despite obstacles that might be in your way, because there will be obstacles and lots of them. But don't let them hold you back or discourage you. Dare to be different, dare to be kind, dare to stand up for what you believe in, and dare to make the world a better place. Because daring and taking chances is how all great things come to be. And don't let fear hold you back from anything, because in the end, it's the things we didn't do that we will regret. I would like to close with a short story I came across that reminded me of our story a little bit. There was a group of turkeys that desperately wanted to learn how to fly. As they watched the sky, they saw other birds soaring in the winds and are envious. We're birds too, they said. There's no reason we shouldn't fly. So they asked the mightiest bird in the sky, the eagle, if he would teach them how to fly. He agreed and invited them over to his home the following afternoon. The eagle was a great teacher, and the turkeys were quick, enthusiastic learners. Before long, they were lifting off and landing, and by the end of it, everyone was able to fly and soar in the wind. They thanked the eagle, clapping him on the back and expressing their gratitude. Some even hugged him. Then they all walked home just the way they had come. Our education here at Sweet Home High School has taught us how to fly, so please don't leave here today walking.
one of our math teachers here at the high school, and one of the class advisors for this fabulous crew. Congratulations, you guys. I love all of you. You're wonderful. I would like to first off say thank you to the families for creating some incredible individuals and sharing them with us for the last 4 years. Well done. They're a good crew. We've shared 4 very fun years here, and I will definitely miss seeing your faces in the hallways. So, here we go. I should have used Sarah's method of everybody facing backwards. That was good. So Mr. Thorpe came over to my classroom one day and told me Mr. Tao and I would be speaking at graduation. My first thought was, cool. I love those kids. That'll be super fun. They're kind. They're totally my favorite group of kids. This will be great. Then a few days later, reality set in, and I thought, oh, what am I going to say? I could explain equations to a crowd all day long and put you all to sleep. But writing something meaningful, ooh, that's a lot of pressure. And there's a lot of people watching. So I did what apparently your seniors would have done as well. I put it off for as long as possible. Right there with you. Finally, when it came down to the wire to write something, which means Wednesday, I buckled down, sent my kids away, I locked the door, and I focused. And then I promptly turned to my friend, the internet, for help. I went to Google, and I typed in graduation speeches. There were obviously plenty of examples to choose from. I read through a few here and there, but nothing really jumped out at me. They all seemed really cheesy. I didn't find much for inspiration. As it turns out, I should come up with something original. So the quest for this original, life-changing talk has kept me up at night. I would wake up at night, scribble an idea down here and there so I could go back to sleep. I asked other people what they thought I should talk about. I have 13-year-old nephews. They told me I should do a mic drop and just sit back down. Super helpful. I have to be honest. This time of year, we're a little overwhelmed, so that's actually pretty tempting. And I'm sure the graduates would happily just go ahead and receive their diplomas. Yeah, sorry, you're not that lucky. You'd probably remember it, but it doesn't seem very professional. There's so many things that I want to say to you, but judging by my math lessons, you won't hear everything that I say. And you'll only remember, at best, one thing. So I spent a long car ride Memorial Day weekend, taking notes on a folder in the car, trying to find that one thing. On that folder, I just started writing, exploring my options. I wrote down a variety of topics. Maybe I'll pick a category and I'll go from there. I thought maybe a story. I'm kind of good at stories. I started some paragraphs, I started some introductions. None of it felt right. I kept hitting the wall. I guess you would call it writer's block, but I'm a math teacher, so that doesn't really make sense. Eventually, like I said, Wednesday, 2 days before graduation, I started to make a connection. This process of trying to find exactly what to say, of wading through a variety of options, of feeling pressure, gathering ideas, and asking advice from others, it's just like the process you're going to go through to find your place in the world. There's some people that know exactly what they want to do with their lives, and everything goes exactly as planned. I've never met them, but I hear they exist. For most of us, it takes a while to figure out what we want to say and to figure out our purpose. Today, you'll graduate, and you'll start off really excited. Cool, I love being graduated. I have so many options for what I can do. I love this. After a while, though, little reality will set in for you, too. Oh, geez. I have to figure out what to do. Where is my life going to go? You might start weighing your strengths and your weaknesses. You might start brainstorming career ideas on a long car trip. You might even start in a direction that seems like a good idea, a good overall topic. But after a while, it just doesn't feel right. You'll ask for advice from others. You might feel stressed, or you might feel like there's this impending deadline for when everything has to be set. In moments of desperation, you might even turn to Google. What should I do with my life? Type search. Your future? It's kind of a big deal. And like this speech, there's a lot of people watching. You have all these options out there in front of you for what you can do. Your families, your teachers, and your community have constantly supported you, and we believe you can be anything. It's incredible the amount of support that you have here, and it can also be overwhelming. You may even hit a point where you want to drop the mic and walk away. How do you pick just one thing? How do you know what's right for your heart and what will feed your soul? So here it is, kids, the one thing. Those of you that spaced out, check back in. Here's your learning objective for today. It will all work out. That's it. It will all make sense, and everything will fall into place. You will have a roller coaster ride of highs and lows. Enjoy the highs and hang on for the lows. You will look back at your life at some point and realize everything worked out. You will find what you were meant to do. You will find the life that you were meant to lead. It probably will not be a path you can predict right now. I never thought I would teach in Sweet Home for my career. I was pretty sure I didn't want to become a teacher at all. I look back now and I can see that it all makes sense. That class in college that didn't go so well, that relationship that didn't work out, that other job that I didn't get, it all led me to here, and this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what's good for my soul, and this is what I love. In the midst of the highs and lows in my life, I looked back and realized it all worked out. It all makes sense. As you leave here, work hard, be proud of who you are and where you come from. Find your strengths. And most importantly, know and trust that you will find your purpose. I have one other thing they asked me to do. I'm not going to talk too long. I would also like to take a few minutes to recognize one of our district retirees. He would not want us to recognize him today, so we didn't tell him. And I realize this day is about our graduates, but I promise to make it brief. Mr. Keith Winslow is retiring this year, finally, and headed to Montana. He began in this district as a 6th grade teacher, followed by the principal at Crawfordsville and then to Oak Heights. He was then somewhat forcibly moved to the high school and somewhat forcibly moved into the superintendent position. As I said before, things have a way of working themselves out. I asked a few students and staff about Mr. Winslow, and here are some of their words. He's nice and friendly once you get to know him. He's just a good guy. Goofy. Understanding. I could always trust him to have my back. He's a great listener and a friend. We will all miss Mr. Winslow here in Sweet Home, whether he believes that or not. We also have something Mr. Teller made in our medals class at the high school for Mr. Winslow, and an honorary diploma we created just for him. Please join me in giving Mr. Winslow a hand and thanking him.
Strong and tall, longing to become, but knowing not the path that's all. The footprints of the winter clouds and to fields of
I'll try to be, I started at 9:30 last night, so I better, yeah. So anyway, I've been ruminating and thinking for a long time too, but yeah. Mrs. Klump sent me an email yesterday morning saying she was done and I had not begun, so anyway, I'm the king of procrastinating, but I always made the deadline. Almost always. Thank you for letting me speak to you tonight. I consider it an honor and privilege to be able to talk. I love graduations. They're a lot of fun. Like Mrs. Klump said, it's neat to see little snot-nosed, actually it's not neat to see little snot-nosed freshmen, but it's neat to see what they've become. I don't really like freshmen all that well, but it's fun to see them grow up, and I like the seniors better, so congratulations. You've been getting a lot of advice tonight, and I'm not going to be any different. I won't try to be super long, but I'm going to give you a little bit as well. I'll try to move through it kind of quickly here. Your class motto, I thought Sarah was going to tell everybody to read that, and I thought, oh, she stole my thing, but hers was funnier. That was good. Your class motto reads this. It says, "The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands during challenges and controversy." And Martin Luther King, maybe I already said that, Martin Luther King said that, and I think that what he was talking about was our character. Now, Maria Daniels is a character. That's not exactly the kind of character I'm talking about, but see, your character is often revealed when you're faced with difficult circumstances, annoying people, mean teachers, bad calls, get a lot of those, and situations that just seem plain unfair. Your character is who you are and the decisions that you make when things are tough, or when nobody's looking, or when you might just not get caught. There's been lots of times, we're all probably good and bad on this. There's been lots of times in my life when I've gotten a bad break or a bad call. Some of you maybe have even seen it. I'm better than I used to be, but sometimes my reaction has been unprofessional, embarrassing. I don't think it happens a ton, but it happens. I've thrown things, I've kicked things. I did a lot more in my 20s than I do now. I probably get hurt now. But there's been times when my reaction wasn't very good. There's also been times when I made the right decision, and so I chose to spend more time on that. So I'm going to tell you a quick story. It'll be fast, but it's a hunting story. It was the day before the opening day of deer season, and I went way up the Calapooya River, and that's all the more I'm going to tell you about where I was. But I had a friend with me, and I was kind of scouting for deer for opening for the next day, but I had a rifle with me, and I'm not sure why. I'm still trying to remember why I brought a rifle. I think maybe bear season was open. But I got to a spot that I kind of wanted to look, and I walked out on this hillside, and I looked below me, and I saw something that didn't quite look right. And I pulled up my binoculars, and hidden in a rhododendron bush was a great big 4-point buck. And he didn't know that I saw him. He thought he was hidden, but I saw him, and he was a big one. Would have been the biggest buck I've ever shot. And so then I picked up my gun, and I got him right in the crosshairs. Yeah, this looks so cool to see him right in the crosshairs. 100 yards, that's all it was. And then I thought, no, it's the day before. Well, actually, I thought, man, I could shoot that sucker and come back and get him tomorrow. Nobody would ever know. I was an hour and a half from town. Nobody was out there except my friend. And but I let him go. And then Thorpe shot him. I'm kidding. It actually wasn't Mr. Thorpe that was with me. If he would have been there, he might have. But it was actually Mr. Ellis. If you guys remember Mr. Ellis, it was Mr. Ellis, and he was just along for fun. But my point is, I still remember that sucker, and I thought I'd go back and get him the next day, but of course I never saw him again. But I made the right decision that day, and I feel good about that. I'm glad I did. I think that every time I would have looked at those bighorns, I would have thought, you know, I cheated on that. I broke the law, and so I didn't. I'm not saying I've been perfect, but that time I made a good decision, and I think it was the right one. So, I guess my message is that knowing the right thing to do, I don't think is very hard. I think that when God made us, He put it inside of us that we usually know. If we think about it for just a minute, I think we know the right thing to do. Sometimes actually doing the right thing is pretty tough. If we don't have a plan, if we don't have some priorities, Sometimes we get caught up in the moment and we don't do the right thing. But I think we know what it is the vast majority of the time. And so I want to encourage you to do the right thing. I want to encourage you to do it even if it keeps you from fitting in or from being popular. Or maybe if you're the only one that has to make that decision, but you know it's the right one, make it. Make the right decision even if making the wrong one would make you make a lot of money or give you some form of temporary pleasure. In the long run, you'll be glad you did. You'll be proud that you made that decision that day. A man by the name of Horace Greeley, for another quote for you here, said, "Fame is a vapor, popularity is an accident, money takes wings and flies away. Those who cheer for you today might curse you tomorrow." Been there. The only thing that endures is character. So, how do you pull this off? Well, first, and I only have two things, so I'm getting there. Have a value system. Have a set of beliefs that you live by. The baccalaureate, if you were there the other night, and if you weren't, it was very good. Pastor Don Knight talked about just having a direction for your life. Being intentional about the decisions that you make, and knowing what you want to do before those things come up. If you don't, a lot of times you might not like where you end up. And also, let me make this clear. I'm not talking about. I'm talking about the big decisions, the ones that really matter. Not are you going to have chicken or steak? Go with the steak. You know, not what do I wear today? Although I've seen some bad examples of that in school, so have you. But I'm talking about decisions that matter, like who am I going to marry? How do I treat people? How do I want to raise my kids if I have them? Knowing just the difference between right and wrong. And again, a lot of the other ones aren't a big deal. As a teacher, I see people all the time that graduated 10 years ago, and they see me in the store or whatever, and I think they feel like they have to talk about math. Or I don't want to talk about math really that much in the grocery store. Or they think that as teachers or whatever, we'll be disappointed if they didn't go to college for 23 years or something. That doesn't matter. What matters is, you know, we want you to leave here with tools that will help you in life. So I think you know that, but I hope you do. Secondly, and I'm getting close, surround yourself with people that have similar values and beliefs that you do. And the people that will hold you accountable for doing the right thing if you mess up. True friends that will really tell you, hey, you're headed the wrong way here. And again, those people might be friends, they might be teachers, coaches, your parents. Certainly one day your spouse, pick that person very wisely. You guys have been here long enough, you've been on the earth long enough to have a good idea of people that you admire and respect and that have your best interests at heart. And again, if those people are your parents, you're lucky. They usually are, but not always. Sometimes, just depends. Obviously, we all have different circumstances, but if they are, you're very, very lucky. As I've gotten older, the more years that I've taught, and I've told this to a lot of people as years have gone by, I've realized how lucky I was to have teachers and coaches that cared about me and pointed me in the right direction. And at the very, very top of the list, it would be my parents. I was extremely lucky to have a mom and a dad that loved me very much, and that I love very much. And they're here tonight, right there. When I left home and went to college and got a job right here in Sweet Home, I was fortunate to be able to share my job and my career with a lot of other people that I work with and I have worked with. A lot of them are sitting right behind me tonight, and you know who they are, that have those same values. Okay? I was also fortunate enough to make a wise choice when I got married and find a wife that shares the same values that I do when it comes to life and raising kids and all of those things. This bonus point's right there for me, I'm telling you right now. So, I hope the same for you. I hope that you can find people that you can spend time with, that you can surround yourself with, that you can trust, that can help you, and they can be there for you when you need them. Because difficult times will come along. Everybody up here has already said that, and it's true. There will be a lot of great ones too, but there will be highs and there will be lows. Okay, so I'm just about done. This has been said from up here many, many times, but I'm going to say it again and I'll be really quick. Thank the people that have supported you. Thank the people that have loved you. Thank the people that have helped you, whether they be whoever they are. You know who they are. It will mean a lot to them. go tell them. And if you forget to tell them today, tell them 5 years from now, tell them 10 years from now. They will appreciate it, I promise you. Finally, and this has been said too, but thanks for a lot of great memories. Mrs. Clump and I had a lot of fun the last few years with you guys. It was great that you won the Pride trip 2 years in a row. I felt bad for the seniors last year, but somebody had to win. It might as well have been us. And so that was great. And this year it was just icing on the cake. It was, it was a foregone conclusion that we were going to win. It wasn't hard, whatever. So anyway, great job. Congratulations, class of 2016. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. This is actually really, really cool, and I'm excited about this. In your programs, if you've looked towards the back, there's an award that we periodically give at Sweet Home called the IQ Award. And it is kind of the most prestigious award that we give to, usually it's former alumni who have graduated and who've gone on to do amazing things. Sometimes it's been in the business world, sometimes it's been in athletics, sometimes it's been in, as a teacher or in the military. There's been lots of good examples. And the one tonight is extremely deserving. I think it was being in my math class all those years ago probably that did this, but I was really excited when Mr. Thorpe told me that I could introduce her. And so I won't read through everything, but I know her as Chrissy Tack. Now it's Dr. Christina Tack. She's employed as the Director of Medical Physics at Oregon Health Sciences University. And there's a lot of other things about her that you can read that I'll let you do, but I am very honored to introduce her and let her come up and say a few words.
Wow, this is a great crowd. Thank you very much. I'm actually so humbled and grateful to be given this award in a city so deserving, with so many deserving people, that I would be chosen. Thank you. I feel privileged to address the class of 2016. And you've never heard of me, and why would you? But we have two very important things in common. We're educated, and we're from Sweet Home. So I'll start with education. So those of you in the top 10% of your class in the National Honor Society, you guys work extra hard, and you deserve extra accolades. Good job. For the other 90%, I haven't forgotten you. In fact, I was with you. I was actually in the middle of my class. I was in the top 10%, not National Honor Society. I was ranked right in the middle. In science, we would call that the center of the bell curve. Okay, so if you don't care about statistics, if you want to plot data, and in this case it would be people who are graduating in my class, the people who did scholastically the best to the total worst, I would be plotted right in the middle. Okay, that's me, center of the bell curve, average high school graduate. I left Sweet Home High School. I went to Lynn Bend Community College for a couple of years, and actually there I was on the leading edge of the bell curve. I was doing pretty good. And then I transferred to Oregon State. The classes were bigger and they got harder, and then I went right back to where I belong, the center of the bell curve, right? But I went on to my master's degree at Oregon State, and then on to my PhD at University of Texas. And wouldn't you know it, I was again the center of the bell curve, average. Chrissy Tack is an average student. So people who know me actually know that I suffer from an overabundance of confidence. How would I get this, right? I'm just an average student. Well, I'll tell you, this is where I love science. These are not the same populations, okay? They're not the same pots of academic ability, okay? In 1997, my high school class was probably about 130 people, and I was probably right at 65, if you ranked us. In 2002, my bachelor's degree class had about 424 people. I was probably ranked right in the center, tied even with probably 100 other people. Not a standout. In my PhD class, there were actually 7 people, and I was ranked 3rd. And that one I'm actually really proud of. So remember, these are not the same populations. They're not the same curves. I could march through life, and all of my educational experiences would be right dead center of the bell curve. As I said, I'm really proud of that 3rd place ranking in my PhD program. So I know you're thinking, oh great, they got this average person, they give her a medal, and that's really dumb. Let's get to the good part. Well, I'm actually like you, part of many populations. I can be ranked and plotted on a bunch of different graphs. I'm a teacher, I'm a prostate cancer researcher. I'm a family member. I'm a friend. I'm a cancer care provider. On any given day, I can be what's considered an outlier on any of those plots, so far to the right that I can't see average. Just because you're average in one thing, one day, doesn't mean you are average. That brings me to my second thing that we have in common. We're all from Sweet Home, and it's people in Sweet Home that make this town what it is. The teachers, they spend their time educating, and shaping you, and supporting you. They could choose to teach anywhere else. They choose Sweet Home. The business owners, the people who have donated this very track and field that we're sitting on, people who've donated their time and money for scholarships for new graduates just like you, they could have donated that money anywhere else. They donated it here in Sweet Home. Your parents, your grandparents, and your families, they could have put you in school in any other school, but they chose Sweet Home High School. You and I are direct beneficiaries of all of these people. And I travel all the time. I lived in San Antonio, in Chicago, in London, and even in New Zealand for a while. And I proudly tell people when they ask, I'm from Sweet Home, London. I can say without hesitation that there are more than a handful of people in this crowd today that have made a larger impact on the world than I have. Sweet Home's most generous and successful people have lived as an example that I hope to follow, and you should too. Because my family had a logging business, I know how to work. You can walk around town and see plenty of people in this town who know how to work. Because I see amazing charity in this city, people don't just give once a year. I know now that charity is giving your time, supporting a cause, supporting something, putting your name behind something, being vocal. And because you don't see any of these people receiving this award, I also have learned in Sweet Home the importance of being humble. Because these people are in this audience today, you know who you are, and my impact on the world actually pales in comparison to yours. So, since Sweet Home is in the top 1% of all communities, trust me when I say that this is true, being from Sweet Home doesn't make you anything negative. It certainly doesn't make you average, as I once thought it made me. I might have been an average student time and time again, but I do many things that I'm proud to say are far from average. I wish I could say that this is part of me being so highly educated and that going through all that school made me learn so much. But I learned most about how to impact the world and make a difference from being part of this Sweet Home community. Class of 2016, be proud of yourselves. Do things to be proud of. Demand more out of the world, and when you can't find what you need in this world, go out and invent it. Sweet Home is proud of you today. Be proud of Sweet Home always. Thank you.
To introduce the Board of Directors for the Sweet Home School District. And as a superintendent, I work closely with them, and I can tell you that they are an outstanding board, an outstanding group of people, citizens that have this district and this community in the best interest, and they have your children in their thoughts and in the best interest with every decision they make. And so I am proud to be part of them. I would like to introduce them, and if they'd stand as I call their names. Some were not able to be here tonight because they had other commitments they couldn't get out of, and that's okay. Position number 1, Holly, is Chance Keeney. Position 2 from Liberty is Jenny Daniels. Position 3 Foster is Angela Clay. Position 4 Cascadia is Deborah Brown. Position 5 at large is Jason Van Eck. Position 6 from Crawfordville is Carol Babcock. Position 7 at large is our Vice Chairman, Jason Reddick. And position 8 at large is our Secretary, Nick Augsburger. And position 9 from Sweet Home is our Chairman, Mr. Mike Reynolds. class of 2016 a huge congratulations. Way to go.
That was a great one earlier with the turnaround. I was thinking about trying out this one. Tonight we are honoring the graduating class of 2016. It's time to say congratulations and good luck as our seniors enter the next stage of their lives. Seniors, we hope that you will be happy and successful and always proud that you are graduates of Sweet Home High School. Tonight's graduation program includes the many honors and scholarships that have been awarded to graduates of 2016. We included all the scholarships and information about the after high school plans that the students told us about. There are probably a lot more that we didn't get into the program that we didn't learn about. This group of seniors has earned nearly $953,328 in scholarships, $299,523 in federal Pell Grants, $520,000 in military educational benefits, and $154,741 in state grants. Nearly $2 million that our kids have earned. And as Dr. Tech said, much of the money, that $953,328 that I talked about way early, comes from our people. Thank you guys so much. We're here to celebrate the seniors, but we'd also like to recognize another group of people present tonight, their hard work and support of these students. Please, if you just take a minute, if you're the parent, the guardian, the grandparent, that person who has guided one of these kids, could you please stand up wherever you are in the audience? The rest of us seniors, and thank you all so much. Without you, truly our kids would not be where they are today. As names of the graduates are called, you will hear Honors Diploma. This designates students who have met a rigorous college prep curriculum. You'll also hear Top 10%, which designates those students who have reached a superior level of academic achievement. And those of you who know Pat Steinuff, she helped with the program piece for me to keep me going because she knows I'm a little ADD. And so it says right now, move podium. So Pat, I will, wherever you are, I will move the podium. She didn't tell me to move the microphone, but Mr. Thorpe told me to do that. And there's so many classy things about the graduation this way. I've been through a bunch of these before, and I can tell you those kids, the kids that know me know that I don't say stuff I don't believe. This is the classiest and best I've ever been a part of. Thank you so much. At this time, it is my duty and privilege to certify that the students who received their diplomas this evening have met all the requirements of Sweet Home School District number 55 and the academic and career standards established by the state of Oregon. Now, it's my privilege to present to you the Sweet Home High School graduating class of 2016. Sarah Elizabeth Dunkley, Honors Diploma, top 10%. Andrea Rain Anderson. McKenna Maurice Ashton. Caitlin Lee Autry. Thomas Joseph Bayham Jr. Matthew Allen Davis, honors diploma, top 10%. And Josie Caitlin Knight, honors diploma and top 10%.
Kara Lynn Baker.
Jake Brian Banga.
Adam Cameron Barber.
Gavin Lee Baskin.
Michaela Grace Batchelor.
Hunter Cage Baxter.
Kayla Marie Benedict.
Natasha Marie Benson.
Zachary Micah Blake.
Taden Allen Drake Bentley.
DJ Bidwell.
Faith Victoria Black.
Quentin Neal Black.
Serenity Ann Blevins.
Brittany May Brownell.
Tyler Dellen Birch.
Hannah Marie Burge, top 10%.
Sydney Jean Carpenter.
Jeremy Todd Carter.
Malachi Mark Crispin.
Robert Stephen Pandemic.
Justin Ray Allen Clark.
Caleb Cody Cockrell.
Tanya Renee Cook.
Molly Andy Gaylette Craven.
Therese Josephine Crawford.
Courtney Dawn Cross.
Ron Allen Chula.
Steen Lewis Davis.
Haley Danielle Dellinger. Honors diploma.
Jacob Daniel Dewar.
Kiara DeMola.
Shelby Iris Dinstrom.
Nicholas Joseph Deshaw.
Patrick Doyle Deshaw.
Dalton William Dorfler.
Amber Renee Doles.
Kaylee Brianne Doherty.
Maria J.D. Daniels. Honors diploma, top 10%.
Sierra Rachel Swanson. Honors diploma, top 10%.
Kiara Anna Douglas, top 10%.
Keegan John Downs.
Jeremy Russell Durand.
Cecilia Ann Durheim.
Desmond Joel Frederick Ely.
Seth Erlin Cody Erickson.
Molly Kathleen Fisher, honors diploma.
Kalia Tess Aline Flint.
John Michael Fonseca.
Riku Funabashi.
Dakota Rose Garcia.
Mariah Rose Gingrich.
Caitlin Kelly Glover.
Keisha Nicole Goebel.
Nathaniel Taylor Gorley.
Angela Rose Green.
Charles Taylor Guerrero, top 10%.
Esther May Gunzelman, top 10%.
Ryan Joseph Hackworth.
Robin Elizabeth Hastings.
Chase O'Neill Hendrickson.
Julian Nikolai Hesberg, honors diploma.
Autumn Noel Hill.
Olivia Jane Heinrich.
Joel Nathan Holman.
Brendan Jacob Housen.
Kelsey Lee Keith Jackson.
Alexis K. Johnson.
Hiram Grant Jones, honors diploma.
Kayleen Claire Keeney.
Brandon Allen Keenan.
Colton Kirkland.
Caitlin Vio Lebret.
Jared Russell Lee.
Matthew Thomas Leewald.
Samaria Faith Lewis.
Adrian Michelle Libby.
Madeline Jane Hawken, honors diploma.
Justin Daniel Tao, honors diploma, top 10%.
Adrian.
Douglas Wayne Livingood.
Dustin Levi Lowen.
Anne Marie Logan.
Jacob Robert Long.
Cameron Robert Lucas.
Joshua Lee Mabe.
Alan Lee Madero.
Sarkon Allen Majors.
Tayden Klein Masters.
Taylor Alexander McKay.
Cody Charles
Michaela Leanne Medeiros.
Trevor Nelson.
Adam Jeffrey Miller.
Isaiah Thomas Miller.
You get Isaiah! Woo!
Timothy Dale Miller.
Tyrell Lee Miller.
Cody Isaiah Milligan.
Kendra Lynn Montoya.
Shiloh Ray Moore, top 10%.
Aiden Aurora Morgan.
Isabel Sarah Morgan.
Austin James Morris.
Michaela Quinn Myronenko.
Michaela Suzanne Nelson. Honors Diploma, top 10%.
Frances Marie Narrison.
Brittany Lee Nicholson. Honors Diploma, top 10%.
Lakota Clay Norberg.
Sarah May Nordstrom.
Megan Lynn Oberg.
Kelsey Lynn Olhausen.
Jacqueline Carol Omer.
Hunter Lee Olheiser.
Hunter Alexander Olson.
Lily Bell Parker.
Jesus Morris Patricio.
Jordan Levi Paul.
Nathan Jonathan Robert Perriman.
Tyler Paul Plebuck.
Ashley Marie Wickline.
Jacob Tyler Pickett.
Edward Wyatt Morit.
George Sharon Rayborn IV.
Emily Jordan Rags Walter Ramsey.
Joseph Robert Rasmussen.
Caitlin Constance Marie Reagan.
Melanie Ann Reynolds.
Alexis Renee Rhodes.
Alec John Rice.
Emily Elise Rice.
Dylan Ray Richards.
Nicholas Moonyoung Rogers. Honors Diploma, top 10%.
Brittany Nicole Romero.
Daniel Lee Rooney.
Caroline Rosemary Ross.
Aaliyah Jordan Ruggiero.
Allison Renee Runia.
Egan Robert Shamit.
Daniel William Sparhawk.
Hey, you. Michaela Morgan Spencer. Honors diploma, top 10%.
Jason Raymond Salder.
Gregory Clifford Staten.
Cheyenne Marie Skyford.
Colton Edward Stepp.
Isabel Elise Stratton. Honors diploma and top 10%.
Coco Tyriku.
Joshua Matthew Taylor.
Laurel Elise Taylor.
Kyle Lee Thomas.
Frankie Ray Van Dyke.
Ryan Dale Vandriot.
Kendra Renee Morse.
Skylar Chance Walker Wilson.
Michaela Renee Weld.
Garrison David Whitfield.
Eric Nathaniel Whitlow, honors diploma.
Bailey Alexander Wicker.
Allison Taylor Wickline.
Kevin Dwayne Williamson.
Lola Kate Wingo.
Allison.
Kayleen Marie Wolf.
Tristan Paul Maravish.
So our people going that way.
Adrian! Wait, can I fix my towel? You know I have copyrights on me, you know.
I see Jace. I see Jason actually. Okay. Oh, we have to be there. How are you? Good. Good to see you. Thank you. Right next to you. Is that it? Pictures. I brought my awesome camera. I went over there. I gotta find you.
No way. Get in there with Colton, Dad. Get in there. Jill, what about you? Excuse me. Calm down.
I was gonna wear just like